Wheels in motion shoe, so let's get to it. So one of the things we got here is we're starting off the new quarter, we're starting off the new month, and let me tie this together and spy. So far, we start off the month two. We took out last month's highs, so we're still walking up towards the highs as far as we know until that changes. So right now, you take that out, Momo Hammer, and above 285.18 still going. But it's obviously early in the month and early in the week. So one of the things we look for is the 222 continuation, and we got it. So that means two to the upside. We take out one side. Last week we took out the other side, triangle them out, and then boom, we're going to look to take that out, which we already have. So that objective has been met. So it's a matter of just keep walking up the wall of worry here until we see anything else. But like I said, it's early. It's also triggering the inside quarter to the upside from the macro list. These 3 months, we're above that. So it's an inside quarter to the upside to try and take all this stuff out. If we go to QQQ, also here, 182.83, just falls short on the month. After on the daily, when we come back up through, here's your inside day and then back up. But once again, we got what we wanted. We went the two up, two down, and we completed and took that out. Now we've closed below it. So we'll see if we can get back above that. And, it's like I said, it's this low VIX stuff is really keeping it tight on the daily, and that's why we're pretty much sticking on the stocks. But then the two wild cards are making it interesting here. Dow Jones Diamonds goes inside day. And so the thing about an inside day on a Tuesday is that it's a reset of the week, because either side of this thing you're gonna do something, right? As far as this, you're either gonna reconfirm the opening here and try and go higher, or you're gonna reverse it by going up 2-1-2 reversal back down and into the gap. So it's always important when you see an inside day on a Tuesday. It's a do-over. And as you know, we're trying to get outside of this inside month, right here, which is also the inside quarter. The inside month is 261.68. So, I mean, we're right there and doing nothing. So we're going to be watching that inside day and how that follows through on everything else. Small cappers, the other wild card here. Small cappers here, handily inside month, nowhere near taking it out, right? So if we go to the weekly, here you go, the outside week, then the two on one side, and then back through here. So the objective on here is at least take this out, 156.53. And on the daily, you went two down, but then came back up. So this would be a 2-2 continuation back into this triangle here, which is what I showed you on the outside weaker. This is on a shorter term basis. You're going to see this to try and come up, take these guys out, but we'll see. We got crude oil in the morning, and crude number in the morning, and crude keeps going, just keeps plowing higher, right? 222, all that kind of stuff going here. The problem is that these stocks are just stuck. XLE can do nothing. XOP here was inside day and just stuck in here. So the real problem here is these stocks just won't cooperate with the crude as it goes on. Over time, we're going to see how this resolves, but for right now, you can see just not participating at all. So when you look also at the weekly Qs, right, and you're going to see that two up, two down, two like that, and then you look at XLK, and you're going to see the same, two up, two down, two up. Right, and so it's one of the things we call a simultaneous break is when the setups are all very similar, right, and certain things that are all lining up. So you'll see, like Autodesk is 3-2, I think. Nope, Autodesk, and you see this on the weekly, up, down, back, and it's met its objective. The question now, can we go all the way up to there? You're going to see it in KLAC here. Shooter counters, hammer 2-2-2, and so from here we want to look to try and take this out, and that's 124.68. So maybe a little bit more on those bones. And the good thing is you can watch the Qs and the XLK and the SMH all at the same time to see if they're all lining up to get these stocks going. VMW. Also with the two up, two down, slightly here. Like I said, and then emphasize that slightly because this low VIX is making it real grindy on the way up. But it's important to know that all these setups are kicking in. If we go to CRM, CRM gives us an inside day. And the importance of that, once again, is we can take this out. And we go back up. Here was the rev strat down. And so here's important when I talk about magnitude. How far can we expect something to go? So when you have this shooter come back through here, and hit the inside bar, and then you come through here, The objective is at least to take this out. You hope you can take that out, right? But at least from here, you want to use these stops and sellers to take that out, right? And then it does it, and then it exhausts and comes right back up. So that counters, and now that's potential 2 up, 2 down, 2 back up, hammer counter shooter, and come back through here above 162.07. And you've got the inside day to potentially do that. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. If you go to microchip MCHP, and there's your inside day. Tight triangle business here to see if you can get through that. And hopefully you can get strong enough. So here's that 322. And so we met our objective by taking this out. This is a smaller broadening formation because it's an outside bar of that. All right, so you come through there. The hope is you can keep going here on the month and come up here and take this inside month out. So we'll see if we can get that thing going through here. Tomorrow you've got Splunk. And Splunk also an inside day, and you're going to see this slight lower low, like so. Now it's lower level try here. We want to see if we can come after them using this. There's your rev strat, triangle them out, took all 3 of them out, met the objective, then came back up for the hammer counter shooter to see if we can get this thing going back through all there and take this out. 132.50 would be nice. Apple. And Apple, that was slightly lower, so it's 2. I'm trying to take that out as well. We'll see if there's continuation on that. NVIDIA and I'm used to see these are inside weaken up. But the difference between here is you don't have corrective activity because you go up, sideways, and measured. You're trying to go straight up. On those other setups, we have corrective activity, and we like that, especially when there's low volatility because it shows us that volatility is expanding and stuff like that. Here you don't know, but it is inside weaken up, albeit gradual like MU here, like so. So we can see how that plays out with everything else. Actually, MU might be, yeah, MU is 222. So that's still looking to take this out, 44.21. Sanmina, another one here. Sanmina, you can see this, tick it down. Now reverse right here, the 2-2 reversal right here. Now you're going to try and come after this stuff up in there. If we can get that going, and you'll see on the daily here, there's your lower low, triangle them out. And now you've taken all this stuff out, so the question is going to be strong enough. If we start getting up into here to take all this stuff out and get our higher high. NTES does this weekly. There's the 2 up, the 2 down, and get starting to take that out. And if you go to the monthly, you're going to see this. Same deal, 2, 2. And the thing is, you've taken a lot of this stuff out, but starting off the week strong. Also Wynn Resorts, and Wynn Resorts, and there you go on the monthly, the 2, 2, bam, right there, and you buy it right over there, 128.41, and pow, $7 in their face. And so now if you go to the daily, you see this big broadening formation here, open here, and so anytime you get this, you can redraw it. More often times than not, it'll go up there, but you have that monthly in force, and that tells you to take a look at LVS. Which went right to the tick of this one today. So we'll see if we can get through that. That gives you the inside Momo Hammer month up. And the weekly was, yeah, you can sometimes with this VIX you can barely see anything. Slightly 222. So we'll see how those goes. How's MLCO? Might as well take a look. MLCO, there you go. Just stop them out and bam, right back through. And MLCO also inside month to the upside. Gamers. Netflix. So Netflix does this. Goes inside day. I think it's, not quite maybe. You stay inside day, boy? No, not quite, but Momo Hammer here. And you can see here they take them out down here, reverse back up here. It's pretty tight range in here. But what that would give you is start going the upside. Once again, the 2, 2, 2 above 368.38. Coming after 379er, so that would be pretty nice if we can get all that going. Facebook does this, and so this is a little tighter. It did it last week, but then didn't really go. This is just the continuation, but you got the continuation 3 here back into the greater huge monthly try. If you can use these sideways as measured move of this, so we want to stay above this month. You want to stay above 174.30. You're not there right now because you'll see this daily that we were watching here. And so this morning when we saw this start to go, we know we're going to take this out. 174.30 did it, and then expect to stall out, and then it's a matter of get another head of steam like that after redraw. We got the banks, and I believe we got some Fed speak, so that might have something to do with some of this stuff this week, so you want to be aware of that. So FAS here, and you can see this broadening formation here, bing, 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 bing. This is actually a little higher on that one. But the way you can identify this stuff without having to draw the triangles and know all that kind of stuff is just knowing that an outside bar is one. And so once you're back into it, then we have the compound 3. So even though this wouldn't be an outside bar, we know that phenomenon exists, right? That once you take out one side of the range and start going back through, you're going to take out the other side because that's how price action works. So with the FAS, we watch this 2, 3, 2, 2 to try and take that, right? And it's still working. XLF here, and you can see that, the 3, 2, 2, and coming back up. And then when you change your time frames, you'll see the broadening formations like so. And back up and through. And yesterday was real nice kicker gapper on these things. And you get that red and you kick right there, boom, gone. Gone. The powerful stuff. We like to look for that. So you can look for, JP Morgan, all our buddies, and you're going to see that similar pattern. 3, 2, 2, Citicorp, 3, 2, 2, and we prefer these to be bigger, but they are what they are, and we can see them. And so you can see stuff like Capital One also doing it almost there. Outside 2, 2, take that out. DFS here, almost there. STI, it's got some more room to do that. The 3, 2, 2, and get her. This is nicer because this is a little bit bigger of a trike. And Bank of America, 3, 2, 2, and right back up through the try she goes. You even seen it in Ameritrade. Here you go. 3, 2, 2. E-Trade coming back through. This might be inside. Yep, this is inside. So that's 3, 1, 2. Chicago reversal back up. In the REITs, we got BXP here going 3, 2 on the week, coming up to the highs. It also takes inside month here, so you can watch that with the rest of the REITs. CME after a rough one last month and looking like an inside month, but you can see if it's going to reverse, it would do something like this: 2 down, 2 back up. Right, so we can keep an eye on that. Okay, for some downside, Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza, you can see starting off the week blood red, but still be inside. All right, still be inside there, so we'll be aware of that. Still be inside month, but you got things creeping higher. And so what it does do here is you take this, the lower level try. Took all that stuff, it wasn't strong enough for this. So the question, you come ripping back through all here and hit the lows. Go to Kroger. Kroger, here you go. That's 3, 2 day down. Tight range in here, but just always aware of things that are going the wrong way when the market's going up. You've already got your outside week 3, so we'll see if it'll be weak enough to take that out. Healthcare still stinking the joint up and still would be inside week, but Humana, you can see this. Boom, big outside bar to try and do this range expansion to take these lows out. Cigna here comes back through here. And always you can watch the UNH. It's not as bad, but we'll see if anything more worse comes of it. What you got here in the weekly is potential outside bar. So we want to look for things through here that reconfirm this to go outside and give us a 3 on that. Cardinal Health. Cardinal Health already going 3 week. Here, like so. There's your kicker. Poke them up, triangle them out, and bam, back through. So I want to see if that can continue on the monthly and try and take some of these guys out. Teva, also having a rough start to the week. Like so, coming after all this stuff. And just remember, if anybody's long this stuff and you see this creeper market go up, what do you think these guys are going to do if the market comes down a little bit, right? ABC. ABC already a 3 week gap down. And you do hit the objective of taking all this stuff out. Let's just see if there's any more panic in there. And that might be fun. Well, for us. Burlington Coat Factory does this. Burl. On the day goes 2 up, 2 down. And that sets up potential 3 or compound 3 week if we want to come back down through this stuff. So we can look for continuations anywhere through here to continue to stay red week like that. AFLAC, with the financials kind of strong, you're going out, coming in, insure coming in, and that's going 3 weeker already. But we'll see if there's any continuation on that as well. IIPR, and one of the few, the proud, the inside week and down. So we can look for continuation patterns on that. Gold goes inside day, so and trying to go 3-2 weeks. So if gold gets hit out of here, we've got stuff like GOLD here, and that's an inside day. And one of those things we look for here is the shooter counters the outside, because this is back into an old broadening formation triangle here. So any continuation we can get, if we get that inside day down through here and get gold down through here, we're looking to try and take this thing out. And a little boring, but Hormel trying to take out last week's lows after some slight highs with Campbell soup. And it's a little boring, but what that does is it alerts us to potential weakness in watching XLP here, because XLP, you can see starting off the week doing this, dropping in, and coming back through this stuff. So that gives us the alert to look some XLP stuff. But it's early in the, very early going in the month, the quarter, and all that kind of stuff. Most breaks are discernibly to the upside, but we closed closer to the highs of the quarter and stuff. So we could expect that. So, like I said, inside days and stuff like that on a Tuesday, something we're going to want to know about. And then as the time goes on, we gain more information. And one of the things I mean by that is when I talk about watching the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, and the 60-minute chart, well, this week, the monthly and the weekly are going to stay the same. And then next Monday, the weekly, daily stay the same on Monday and are the same on the 60 and the first 60. Tuesday, the same, the 60 and the daily are the same for the first hour. And it's then and only then do we have 4 separate openings. That's what we call the uncoupling. Doesn't mean we don't trade till then. It means that we gain more information as time goes on. So just like we do Wheels in Motion on Tuesday, then we gain more information about the week tomorrow, stuff like that. So too with monthly stuff. You gain more information. You reconfirm every week what the monthlies are doing. You reconfirm every day what the weeklies and monthlies are doing. And it's just a constant series of gaining more information. So right now, we're just starting off. And one more, THC, actually trying to go the other way in the healthcare here. So you might want to keep an eye on this. Hammer, counter, shooter, back up if these things start to come up. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I'm Rob Smith, the Quant VTF here with the Wheels in Motion show.